Monday morning, welcome back to the channel. It's a very wet day today. I've got a couple of diggers I want to get serviced while it's quiet today. This first one, it's a 210, and the next one will be a 160. This 210 only needs a 500 hour service, the 160 is getting a 2,000 hour service. So that's on the cards today. I might get a bit further up the road to a knock sensor failure as well. We'll just see how we get on. The guy isn't, well, he said he wasn't that desperate, and I will be up that way later this week, but we'll see how we go. We'll let him get into position and then we'll put the wet gear on. So we're all set up. I'm set up. We'll get this done in no time. Hubs are ready. 2 fuel filters are on this side. I just remembered that, or realised that when I opened that fire door. I was looking at the fuel filters and they weren't there. So we'll get some hubs drained, get some engine oil drained, spin some filters, get out of this weather. Okay, it's been lovely this last couple of days. Serves us right for working on a bank holiday. Right, couple. I'm sure I hope they're empty. Look, that one is. Oh, that one's not. Why didn't I empty that? Might all squeeze in. Let's have a look. No, I don't think it's gonna. Come up with a cunning plan. Have I got any nearly empties? Oh, that one's over half full. I'll maybe be able to chuck all that gear oil into my gear oil pump and I'll have another empty. I'll do some jiggling about anyway. Right, that hub's done. In fact, I will forget about that, look. Just spotted that. Better put that back in. I have done that before. And the fella's tracked away and he's phoned us half an hour later. I could smell gear oil. God, everything's clat up. A lovely weekend with weather. You forget how good you've got it. Right, get this engine oil filter run off. Tell you what, I could have done that with my fingertips, that one. Right, I'll catch this so I don't make a mess. Hang on. That's my new engine oil filter on. Hubs are done. 2 fuel filters left. Put some engine oil in it. We'll be laughing. Seems to be going really quickly. Probably the weather helping that. Slide that on there. This has got the electric lift pump on it as well, so it's nice and easy to bleed up. So I've got these 2 filters changed. That's spun on. And grab that ball out of there. Both fuel filters on. Just turn the fuel back on. And then 10mm spanner, we'll crack that off. Pop that on there. Flick that toggle switch. Gonna make a big mess. Fuel's coming in now. There we go. Give that a whiz up again. And we'll crack that top one off. It'll be all bled up. I need to remember to put engine oil in it. Just spent the last 10 minutes getting dripped on. There's normally a steel grease pipe that runs around the slew ring, so you can basically grease both sides of the slew ring from the front. But in forestry, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm amazed it's lasted 600 hours. It snapped off the other day. So I've just drilled out the snapped stud, because it's like an elbow that goes into it. Drilled that out, Managed to re-tap it. I was amazed I had a tap for it. And got a grease nipple in there, so unfortunately you have to grease the front then run around the back and grease this side, but at least it can get grease again. Right, I've just got a cup full of oil to put in the engine because I got sidetracked. It's still wet if anybody wanted an update. Right, we've had a quick walk around. Everything looks like it isn't leaking. Everything's where it should be. That machine's ready to go back over there now. And now I'm going to head that direction. Up into the hills. See you at the next one. Literally dripping wet, that hat. I'll put it in my drying area over here. Proper hat hair look. I'll have to find another hat. I'm sure I've got a couple. Gosh, when it's a steady rain, it doesn't half get you. It does. Right, what time is it? 10 past 11. We're doing all right for time. On to the next one. Right, the wind isn't too bad because we're fairly sheltered by these trees. This machine's getting a full service, 2,000 hour. I've just done the air filters, got the engine oil draining. I'll start the hubs off and then we'll get some of these filters done. Yeah, 2,000 hours. I don't think this machine's really had any ailments, so it's going well. There's another machine away up on that hillside. Right up there. Just make out the dipper. So, yeah, the job's still moving while I'm here. Yeah, grab some drums. The rain stopped as well. There, I see it. Hopefully it stops the next 2 hours and I can stay dry. Oh, look at that. I just dribbled oil across the back of my van. Yeah, hubs are lined up, aren't they? Yep. That one's set there. This one round here. Lunch has been had. Yeah, we'll crack on with this then. all finished, thankfully. Needed about 15 litres of oil put into that machine, hydraulic oil. He says, oh, why is it low? And he says, oh, it's been on the tree shears. Tree shears is a bad job for busting pipes, apparently. So, yeah, please we spotted that. Right, I've had my fill for spinning filters today. Thankfully, that's the last one to do. I'm gonna head back to the yard now, get myself ready for tomorrow, and we'll have a look inside that red box. Get some pipes organised for that, because I have got a shovel to service at some point this week. I'm just trying to come up with a plan of how to tackle this week, because there's a lot I'd like to get done, and to be fair, if the phone doesn't ring between now and Friday afternoon, I'll get everything done this week that I want to get done this week. But quite often when you have a lot of work in front of you like that, it sort of means that you've got a fortnight's worth of work to do rather than just a week. So yeah, right, I'll grab all my stuff. Now it's leaking anyway, so job's a good one. We'll pack up, get back to Carlisle. Right, so I'm back at the yard. I've got a filter kit loaded up for a 420-7. I'll service that tomorrow morning. I've also got a 160-7 with a recurring engine management light to go and see while it's parked up. That'll be tomorrow's job, or jobs. The shovel's pretty close to Carlisle, so I should have that finished by 10:30, and then I can get away out of the county to this 160, go and investigate that fault. So yeah, we're all set up for tomorrow. Now we'll have a look at this. It's not really an unboxing because I've already unboxed it, because I was talking to a lad in the workshop there and we were talking about it, so I've got it out of the box already. But yeah, it's my birthday coming up in June, and my dad says, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And I says, well, I'll go halfers with you on one of these. So I've finally got hold of a Milwaukee transfer pump and get it out the packaging. So my plan is to use this on clean oil rather than sort of waste oil, dirty oil. Obviously the shovel I'm going to go and service tomorrow will hold about 50 odd litres of engine oil. And you know, when I'm doing the bigger services on those shovels, the axles take 80 litres. If I'm doing hydraulic oil on diggers, you know, that's probably the only time I'll use it on waste oil, is pulling hydraulic oil out and then putting hydraulic oil back in. But obviously the only time I'll use it on waste oil is hydraulic oil, and what I'll do is I'll run 4 or 5 litres of clean oil through it just to kind of try and flush it. But I'm not gonna, I was thinking, oh, you could make up some adapters, you know, the shovels have like a tap on, you could open the tap and then suck the oil out the sump into drums. But to be honest with you, it's not much of a hardship just to close the tap, put a fresh drum under it, and I think it's just less work doing it that way, keeping it like that. But yeah, I'm fairly excited to have a go with this. So we've got a shovel to do tomorrow. I'm going to use it. I'll try and get some fittings. I thought on the box it said these were half inch BSP. Let's have a look. What's that? That's 3/4. Aye, 3/4 BSP. So yeah, I'll get some adapters sorted out and make up some pipes, and need somewhere to store it as well, because it's alright just now while it's clean and new, but I can well imagine it'll just run oil out all day long. See me original oil pump I keep in here, and it's all oily, look. Probably put that in a box in the workshop now. I might never need that again. Right, I'll have a bit mess about with this, and then I'll show you once I've got a bit of a setup sorted. This is a bit of a temporary idea for the time being, just till I've had a go with it. Also, what doesn't help is the stores is shut. so I can't go on Ratch for fittings. So that's just a male 1/2" BSP fitting rather than a hose tail. So it's only sort of just clamped and no more. But I tell you what would be nice, we mounted that pump onto there like that, and then had where the suction pipe is, cable tying it along here, and having like a refilling area along here. So just have the drums sort of facing. Oh, I need to go and refill that. And the drums facing like that, look. Go in there like that. And then what you would do is you would, I need to do some engine oil, so you take the lid off here, look, and put your suction pipe into the engine oil like that, look. And then you'd have big hose reel up here, and you just pull the hose reel out. Oh, that would be nice. Fill your engine up. Just the only problem is, I suppose, with that idea is you'd turn it on in the van, and then you'd run up to the machine, make sure it hadn't chucked itself out the rocker cover, and then you'd fill, and then when you were like nearly full, you'd have to run back off the machine and down here and then press the stop button. So I could well imagine if you had a tap on it, you'd probably end up breaking it. Because I can't imagine there'd be any sort of relief valve in there. I would imagine it needs a constant flow through it. So that would be sweet. That'd be the dream. I've looked into them before, and they are very expensive things to get. Very expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have set up just now. What I'm going to do is, see on the refueling hoses, you've got like a non-return valve. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I haven't really given it much thought. I just want whatever residue is going to be left in that loop of pipe, I want it to stay in that loop of pipe, and not, when I disconnect it from the pump, dribble oil everywhere on site and in the back of my van. But for the purposes of experimentation tomorrow, I'm just going to have a go with it, because I want to see how much, I want to see how fast the oil flows through that pipe as well. That's a 1/2" diameter, no it's not, it's 3/4 pipe that. So I bet it fairly flows, I bet it fairly comes out of there, I'll bet. Find out in tomorrow's video. I'd just also like to add thanks everybody that commented with the suggestions on how to cue that 160 with the oil flow going through the valve. Yeah, I did use the wrong valve. I should have used a closed centre valve. But I've got a pilot operated check valve coming for that. So that was a suggestion by somebody as well, pilot operated check valve. So I've got one of them coming, and it'll save us buying a new valve, like a closed centre valve. That should work. So that's going to be pilot operated check valve. We should have it tomorrow morning, but they're only able to say before 9 o'clock, before 10 o'clock. Morning is any time up to lunchtime, isn't it? And if I don't get it till lunchtime, it's too late in the day to run all the way up there to put it on. And I've also got the electrical side of things to do as well. And I had a brainwave about how to try and, I mentioned that option button where you can press it and it sets the wiper off, or you can change it through the screen to mute the radio or whatever. I'd like to try and keep that. So when the machine's not working the tree saw, I'd like to be able to flick a switch and it goes back to working the wiper. So I've had a brainwave how to do that as well. So yeah, right, I'll pack up all this and I'm going to head home. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has just been servicing, unfortunately, today. But yeah, we've got some bits to do tomorrow. There is a service tomorrow, but there's lots of variety to do this week. There's a lot of variety this week, so make sure you tune in for the rest of the week. Thanks again. See you in the next one.